everybody, welcome back for another episode here on the Darwin's Room channel. I appreciate all of your guys' support, and of course, que lo que mi gente del Caribe. Today we're going to be talking about The Strangers Chapter 2. This once again stars Madelaine Petsch, and it follows Maya, who's still recovering from her injuries, but must continue to fight for her survival when the strangers find her once again. I wanted to like this movie. I wanted to really enjoy it. I wanted to hope that it would be significantly better than Chapter 1. However, it's only a smidgen better than Chapter 1. And to give you some context on my thoughts for this franchise, The Strangers from 2008, I love that movie. It's actually a favorite of mine in terms of the horror genre. And I would actually give it 4 out of 5. I will die on that hill. I don't care. I like that one. And then The Strangers Prey at Night, I actually thought that that film was overhated. I liked the retro style of it. I loved the soundtrack and how it blended into the film. And so that one I actually gave it a 3.5 out of 5. So I still had a lot of fun with that one. However, The Strangers Chapter 1, the official reboot here, I gave that one a 1.5 out of 5. I hated it. It was not good. And so I was hoping that this would maybe turn the page and bring us back to some former glory, and it didn't do that. However, let me start with the positives. Right off the bat, Madelaine Petsch, she once again anchors the film. She is probably the part that I enjoyed the most of the first one, and that reigns true here in the second as well, because she is fantastic, which is really a testament to her gifts as an actress, because the material that she has to work with isn't the best and it's not that great, but her as an actress, she sells it. I felt as if she was believable, and I really appreciated her performance. I also enjoyed how the lead character is under constant tension and they never really get a moment to breathe for our lead character, Maya, played by Madelaine. And again, I really enjoyed that, and she sells it and she does an incredible job. Then you pair that with this really cool concept that you could see they were attempting to go for, where this character who is in a state of hyperparanoia is thrusted into this small town where they don't know who are the strangers. And I also enjoyed that they tried to do something different by kind of exploring who are the strangers. And it tries to give you some background, which I thought was interesting. However, not enough to really make it feel memorable or purposeful. It did feel very watered down and tired. Really, I just have a lot of cons with this film. So right off the bat, this movie is anticlimactic. It's very evidently a filler sequel, which is probably just going to end up leading to a very lackluster and poorly done conclusion in the third film of this trilogy. When they first announced this trilogy, I was excited. I thought it was going to be great, but it seems to be letdown after letdown. So this movie was very anticlimactic. Again, Madelaine Petsch, she does amazing with the material that she's given, but her character is just wandering around, sneaking around endlessly. Nothing really happens all that much. There's maybe a couple small jump scares, but it's not very eventful. It's very boring, unfortunately. I don't like to use that word too much when describing a film, but it is just plain boring. And I was waiting for things to happen, and things were not happening. There's a couple of moments with minimal tension, but once again, nothing to write home about, and nothing that justifies all of the sneaking around for the entire runtime. Characters also disappear, and I'm not talking about the strangers. Of course, that's a known trope in the horror genre, where the killer, the slasher, is known to just disappear, and you're supposed to be okay with that. But there's just supporting characters that will occasionally show up and then just kind of disappear. There's very minimal explanation given to it, and sometimes it's maybe a kill that happens off screen, but in a horror movie that's rated R, why would you not just put it on screen? And one such as this, where there's not really a whole lot of mystery to it, it felt like a waste of time. And of course, there's more dumb decisions being made by our lead character due to the writing. However, I will say the decisions that are made are not nearly as dumb as they were in the first one. So that's something, you know, that's a minimal improvement, but that's something, I guess. I think the part that I hated the most here is that the set design felt so artificial. There was no explanation for why this world felt so empty. In the previous ones, there was at least explanation for why this environment is isolated and why you're not going to see anyone else in this situation. But in this film, there's no explanation for that. And there is a whole sequence of the main character sneaking around the hospital trying to get away from the strangers. And I did not see another civilian. I did not see another person in that hospital sequence. So are we just supposed to believe that there's not a single other human being in this hospital at this time, whether it's a patient or a staff or whatever? And so it felt very artificial and fake, and it didn't allow you to jump into this experience and to jump into that atmosphere, which once again just makes the writing feel that much more convenient. It just leads the character where they want the character to go for the story, rather than allowing the character to arrive at that point naturally and more organically. The writing feels very forced, very on the nose, very bland. So to wrap it up, this movie was just very severely uneventful and a clear filler sequel for what's probably going to be a disappointing third act as well when the next film comes out. But that being said, my rating for The Strangers Chapter 2, I'm going to give it 2 out of 5 stars. There are some improvements here from Chapter 1, but ultimately not enough to make me enjoy it or make me even find it to be tolerable or okay. I don't see myself watching this one again, so that was unfortunate. But if you guys got the chance to see it, what are your thoughts on it? Did you like it? Did you not like it? Did you hate it? Did you love it? I don't know. It's okay if you did. We all have differing opinions, but let me know down in the comment section below. God bless you guys. Thank you so much for watching. I appreciate all of your support as always. Please feel free to like and subscribe, and I'll catch you on the next one. Take care.